Hello makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to another day of Indie Miss. I am so excited for this video because we are going to be testing the new Encanto collection from Alamar Cosmetics. I just went ahead and picked up the eyeshadow palette, which is stunning, one of the blushes, and then also one of the lip glosses to test out. And then just side note, I picked up the Costa Highlighter because I've been dying to try this and I want to swatch it next to the eyeshadow and see if this works for my fair skin tones. I grabbed it with the little highlighter brush, so we'll test that out in today's video as well. But I just feel like this is the cutest collaboration Disney has ever done with an indie brand. I feel like that's what happens when you work with a small brand that puts their heart and soul into their products. So I'm just so excited. I mean, if you haven't seen the inside, just wait, hold on to your horses because it is so beautiful. I have not seen the movie yet, unfortunately, but my son's birthday is this weekend, and I was thinking after his little birthday party that I would bring him to the theaters and we would go and watch Encanto together because he has not been to the theater since he was very, very small, and that was only one time ever, so I think that he'll have a great time with like the popcorn and maybe a slushie. So I'm gonna see the movie soon. But here's what the outer packaging looks like of the palette. So pretty. I just love these colors. And then here is what the back says. It says that the collection is a homage to the three things that make Disney's Encanto so magical: Colombia with its unique and boundless beauty, family whose love keeps us grounded in who we are, and the inner magic that comes from loving yourself unconditionally. And then here is the inside. I mean, it's just so pretty. You've got some really pretty kind of grungy matte tones, and then the shimmers are kind of a mixture of some pink, some blue, some green. I just think it's so cute. I'm trying to make it so you can't see my mess. The mirror says home is where the magic is. And then here is the packaging for the blush, which I got the shade Hermosa Rosa, which means beautiful rose. So there's what that one looks like. Honestly, I was so tempted to buy both shades because I love Alamar's blush formula, but I just decided to go with this one. And the mirror on this one says Yo creo en mí, which means I believe in myself. So there's a little swatch of what that one looks like. I don't know that it reminds me of a rose so much. It's more of like a really pretty coral, I would say. But I mean, it's that same like blendable, buttery, like slightly satin formula that Alamar just kills. And then here is the packaging for the lip gloss, which the shade that I picked up is called Dímelo, Cantando, which I feel like I'm butchering, but it means tell me singing. And this is more of like a rosy, shimmery shade. There was also like a really bright red. But I was trying not to buy the whole collection. Like I was doing my absolute best, especially because I know it's limited edition. But it's all so pretty. So here's what the lip gloss looks like. I mean, it's definitely more of a sticky formula as you can expect from Alamar, but it's just like a really pretty pinky rose shade. So real quick, let's also go ahead and swatch out La Costa because I have thought about buying this highlighter for the longest time, but I didn't want to because I just didn't know if it was going to be just a little bit too bronzy for my skin. So I held off on purchasing it. But when I was making this order, I was like, you know what, let me like do a little bit more, get free shipping. I think I found a coupon code for this as well to get like 10% off or something. So we'll see. Okay, I mean, it feels so buttery smooth. Okay, that looks really pretty. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's what La Costa looks like. I mean, the shine is beautiful. Okay, so I've got La Costa right here from the original Reina del Caribe palette, volume 1. And I think I'm looking at it and I'm pretty sure the new one is a little bit lighter. Huh. Oh yeah, okay. So that's the thing with the eyeshadow. I couldn't really use it as highlighter very liberally because if I added too much product, I would get a bronze streak. But you can see the La Costa eyeshadow has that and the La Costa highlighter does not. So I feel like this highlight is about to be bomb. I'm so glad I picked it up now. So I saved the best for last. Now let's go ahead and swatch the eyeshadow palette. The first shade we have is Encanto, which just looks like a really beautiful sparkly blue. But it's okay, so it's actually a duochrome because it has like a true blue base, but then it has a teal shift. I don't know if you can kind of see it in the light right here, the blue, and then it turns teal. So that's really pretty. We've got Porque I Can, which means because I can. It's just like a really pretty kind of light pastel green. That one like feels like thick, but in like the most delicious way. That sounds really weird, but it just feels good. And then we've got Petal to the Metal, which is a really pretty kind of like soft pink. That one feels a little bit harder pressed, but there's what it looks like. They look so sparkly. Yeah, the pink one is like not picking up as well. Let me do a little bit more. Okay, next we have the shade Rise and Shine, which looks like a really pretty, like super sparkly yellow gold. We've got Amor Proprio, which means self-love. And it's kind of like a pinky cranberry type of shade. That one is more of a satin compared to the rest that I've swatched, and it's just a little bit more subtle, not as sparkly. And then we've got Jaguar Parking. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming maybe once I watch the movie that I will. So that's just like a kind of like a camely brown. All right, next we have Columbia with the exclamation marks and everything, which is a really pretty matte kind of teal green. We've got Vine Time, which looks like such a beautiful grungy green. Like I was not expecting that to be in this palette, but I just love it. And then we have Casita, which is a really pretty bronze neutral shade. I mean, again, the sparkle, the shine. The mattes feel a little tiny bit drier to the touch, but I'm not going to judge them too much till we get them on the eyes. And then last but not least, we have Familia First, which means family first. And that's like a really pretty kind of just neutral brown. So there's what that one looks like. Again, mattes feel a little bit drier than normal from Alamar. And there's not a super deep shade in here to darken anything up, but I think that kind of goes along with like the coloring and everything. And I know Alamar has said in the past that they try not to do repeats between the palettes that they have because they don't do that many palettes, or they haven't done that many palettes considering how long they've been a brand and whatnot. So yeah, I feel like part of me is really tempted to do a look with these two shades and then like throw the pink on the inner corner and do something very neutral. But then also part of me wants to like pull into the greens, of course. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the shade Jaguar Parking. Just gonna grab that on a big fluffy brush and just put that right through my crease. Okay. I mean, it's blending out pretty easily right away. There were also some really cute brushes in the set as well, but I didn't buy them. Even though, again, I was tempted. I really wanted to purchase the whole entire collection, but I just couldn't justify it. I was like, let me just pick up the things that appeal to me most. I don't need to be a little collectionist over here. I think now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Familia First. I'm gonna put that quite heavily through my crease just to kind of see how much I can build it up. I really want to go in with the neutral shade on the lid just because it looked so pretty. But I think if I do that, you guys will fight me. So maybe not today. Just building that up a little bit. And then bringing it upwards. So now I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Columbia and just pick that up on kind of a small, precise brush. And I'm going to pop that in my outer V. And then I'm also going to bring that onto the lower lash line a little bit too. Alright, so once I kind of have that how I want it, I mean, you can tell it's not blended very well right now, but I'm just going to go into my previous brush and just lightly blend the edge out. I'm not going to blend it too much because I don't want it to get muddy, but I just want to soften it up a little bit. Right, I'm also going to go ahead and take the shade Vine Time, that along the rest of the lower lash line. So I will say that the mattes, even though swatching them out, they felt a little bit drier They are working just fine on the eyes. They're building up, they're blending out. No issues or anything, so definitely one of those cases where swatches are not everything. So before I go into my lid, I really want to use this light pink Petal to the Metal in the inner corner. I just think it'll be so cute. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that right here. Okay, you can see it a little bit, but I'm gonna pick up some more, build it up a bit. Something about like the pastel pink with the greens was just making my heart go pitter patter. So next I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Porque I Can, and I'm gonna put that on the front of the lid. I think that's gonna take up most of the space right here. It's so pretty. I definitely, with these shimmers, would either use your finger or use a very dense brush because they're pressed a little bit harder. They still look stunning. For the tiny little bit of space that's left on my lid, I'm gonna go into the shade Encanto, that like really pretty teal blue duochrome, and just pop it right here. Kind of blending it into the green matte and the green lid shade. One nice thing about the shimmers being a little bit harder pressed is that I have no fallout. I kind of want to add more of that pop of pink into my waterline, so I'm going to go into this Ardency inliner I have in the shade Hot Pink. It's not available anymore, but if you have any pink liner, it'll do. And then for lashes, I'm going to go into the Makeup Geek Extension Effect Mascara. So that is the finished eye look. I mean, I like how it turned out. I feel like it kind of captures the essence of the palette. Even though my heart wanted to go neutral today, I went green for y'all, which I'm not mad at because I do love a good green moment. But now let's go ahead and do the Alamar blush, which I know I have their blush brush around here somewhere. It's in my travel makeup bag and I'm pretty sure it's hella dirty, but that's okay. So this looks super pigmented. I'm just gonna pick up the tiniest little bit and throw that on my cheekbones. Oh yeah, that was like barely anything. I feel like it's a blush that I'll probably reach for more in summer. It's just giving me that kind of vibe, that kind of moment. Now, my heart is so excited. Let's go ahead and try the highlighter. I'm gonna try their highlight brush out too. I have all their other face brushes and I really like them, so I just thought I would throw this in the little set. So just gonna pick up a bit. Let's see. Oof, okay. Very pigmented. Although, like, I feel like it just blended out a lot. I feel like something about this brush, it's like almost as if it's like kind of picking up some product as it's blending it out. Like it's giving a very natural highlight moment. I'm just gonna go in with the Soft Blend 40 from Sigma. I'm definitely gonna have to keep testing this out and see how I feel. I don't think it looks bad by any means. I mean, I think it looks really pretty. I just thought it was gonna be a little bit more like bam. So really quickly, I'm gonna wipe off my lips. I was using the new Lethal lip oil, which actually feels so comfortable, but I'm gonna wipe that off so we can try the gloss. All right, so there's what the lip gloss looks like. I mean, I feel like it looks beautiful. It's such a pretty kind of like soft rosy shade to go along with the palette. But I will say, if you do not like sticky lip glosses, this is most definitely not the formula for you. I do like Alamar's lip glosses because they last a really long time, but they're definitely not the like most like slippery, comfortable gloss ever. They're just very kind of glosses, but at the same time, I mean, it looks so glossy. There's some pros and there's some cons. All right, y'all, so this is the finished look. I would say overall, I'm happy with the collection. I think that the blush was super pretty. I could even probably go in with more. I feel like I blended some away with the highlighter. Everything in the eyeshadow palette worked out really well. I can't wait to play with it again and do something more neutral. So let me know if you want to see a video on that. And that's everything. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.